Hey guys, Ryan and Danny here with Anglers for our fishing report this week, and I'm gonna have Danny kick it off with some bass and snakehead.
Alrighty guys, so right now got some good bass and snakehead fishing going on. Bass, it's pretty hot out there, so if you're not getting out there super early in the morning for that cooler temperature time of day, you're gonna be using something like these little jigs right here. Throw like a crawl on it or something like that. Just move it really slow in the water. They're pretty slow moving right now just because of that heat, so you don't want anything too fast. So something like this is a great option. Switching over to snakehead, they're still eating on them fry balls. We also just got these walking ducks back in from High Octane Custom Baits. So this is a great little lure you can throw. Toss this towards those balls, just move them right over top, kind of slowly. Snakehead's probably clobber them up.
All right, so then moving on, we have more so into the brackish water in the bay here. We have a ton of perch, croaker, and spot coming in. This time of year is a great time to start fishing for croaker and spot, especially. We're talking about that. You obviously can't go wrong with the sabiki rig. People are catching them in all of the rivers now. I've heard pretty much every river in our area. Magathy's been good, Severn's been good. I've heard people catching in the Chester. But if you want to bulk up the profile and go for white perch, especially with our white perch open coming up, you go for more of a minnow slash silverside profile. So we're talking either like a little spinner slash a hard bait here, or a tandem rig that we have rigged up with these Bustum stingers that looks exactly like those little silversides those big perch are going to be feeding on. And then as far as like freshwater panfish go, any sort of either tandem rig or single hook under a bobber with any one of these gulp alive baits, these are usually either an inch or less. These are tadpoles specifically. So this time of year, obviously got a lot of tadpoles in those mill ponds. Those crappie, bluegill, even bass are going to tear these things up, and they have that gulp scent that everyone loves. Going back into the bay though, we got channel cats around.
Yeah, channel cats kind of all over the place. Great option for those guys. These fish bites, little catfish bites. Great little option for you right there. Just use like anything from like a 5 to 6 aught circle hook. You can use like a high-low rig like we have here in the store. You can use your fish finder rig, anything like that is a really great option. You should have some luck with those channel cats.
Yeah, and then as we work down more into the middle slash southern bay,
there's been lots and lots of bluefish being caught. Great option for those is going to be something like one of these Gotcha Pros. It's a great plug you can throw at them with them eating on them on like peanut bunk or anything like that.
Yep.
This sort of profile is perfect. Just toss it into one of those schools, rip it through there, and you should get some bites. Then switching things up to your speckled trout and your puppy drum, which people have been catching pretty good down in that southern bay area.
Yeah, once you get south of the chop tank, I've been hearing a lot of reports of the speckled trout and puppy drum.
Yeah, so a really good option would be these Z-Man prawn stars. It's just like a little shrimp kind of lure. Just toss it out there, throw it on the bottom, or have it sink down to the bottom, just kind of slow work it. Is a really good option as well.
Structure, points, rocks.
Anything like that, yeah.
Grass edges, like I said, anywhere south of the chop tank, that's where you're going to find your trout and puppy drum. But other than that, speaking in the same region, more open water, we're talking bull redfish and cobia. People have been finding them pretty much as far north as like the chop tank area, Patuxent area. So a lot of people out here that really fish for them a lot have side scan, bigger boats. You're able to look around, towers.
Yeah.
For people that don't have that, you just have a basic boat, you want to maybe look for bull reds and cobia, great option would be trolling. So trolling these bigger hard head spoons, these are going to perfectly represent a little bluefish. Troll these behind a planer, typically 3 to 5 miles an hour for the cobia and reds. And yeah, if you don't have the technology to look for them and cast for them, trolling around those channel edges is always a good idea. Those schools can pop up anywhere, and you might just be lucky enough to troll through them, and this will absolutely kill them.
Yeah, and if you do happen to, like, while you're trolling, you might happen to see, like, a big school that you're passing by, or see a couple cobia sitting on the top of the water. Always great to throw. I mean, you could even cast something like this out.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
too.
It's slow sinking. It's got a big beefy hook on there.
Yeah.
Absolutely a great bait for those fish. Other than that, going down to the ocean. So tuna fishing unfortunately has slowed up a little bit, but another great option, what a lot of charter guys are doing down there is deep dropping for tilefish. And then we have these R&R tackle tilefish / deep drop rigs. They are perfectly set up. They have a little glow tube on there. Put a piece of squid strip on there with anywhere from like a 12 to 16 ounce sinker. Drop it down typically for blue lines 300 to 600 feet. And it's a blast to catch those fish, and they're really, really good eating. So if you're getting offshore and you're slow on the tuna bite, tilefish is always a good option. And if you don't want to go all the way offshore, we also have a lot of flounder and sea bass being caught. Any sort of bucktail rig like this is a Jigging World high-low bucktail rig. Tip those with squid or gulp swimming mullet, and these work really, really well on those wrecks. Like the jack spot has been really hot lately. African Queen is always a good spot for sea bass. Great Eastern Reef, all those spots. Drop this down, typically a little bit less weight. You're usually 80 to 120 feet with those. And you're gonna be catching, like I said, flounder and sea bass. And it's gonna be a little bit more inshore than the tilefish are. So if you don't wanna push off all the way, that's absolutely a great option. And then last but not least, we have a lot of crabbing around here too. Crabbing's been really good.
It has been heating up really well.
And people have been catching their limit. But you don't know your limit unless you have a bushel basket. So people have been even hand lining off of piers and catching bushels.
Catching bushels in a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. So we have these crab crates here. These are DNR approved, and they are rectangular. These are exactly 1 bushel with the lid closed. So this is super, super useful when you don't want to store a bushel basket, especially on a boat. These are a lot easier to store, obviously, because they're rectangular. And these are just a great option to keep crabs in. They're going to hold up well. And come and get you one if you plan on catching crabs, because you will get a bushel if you're out there long enough and you're using the right stuff. So I think that just about wraps it up. Have a good day.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.